What a reception. The drums are here. Good on you, Alex. Yeah, let's see if he negotiates the better. Oh, keeper, you take the blame for that. You jinxed him.
Barron Wood plenty one night. Struggled to get through. I think he ran around it. So Alex 12, congratulations to him in game 100. Obviously a lot of friends and family here tonight. It's a big night for the Tigers. Never seen, as you said in the pre-game, the Bulldogs haven't played here for a long period of time. And if there is a reaction, if there is some form of bounce back for the Dogs, it has to happen tonight.
12 starts from the bench, of course. What about Brent Naden? What would be your instructions to Brent Naden, new club, no more than 2 training sessions?
I think simplicity is the key. I think sometimes we can overcomplicate football, like in terms of trying to get him up to speed with plays and systems. At the end of the day, Brent Naden knows how to play. As long as he makes his defensive decisions great, I'm sure the attack will fly off the back of that.
Well, one of these sides will advance to 3 wins through 11 rounds this season. Just a couple of victories this year, just a couple of times singing the team song. Ziggy Sherklesser Adamski is our referee tonight. First of our Friday night double on Fox League. And Leichhardt Oval comes alive with Matt Burton getting us underway, and Madden the catcher. And James Tarmo with the first carry of the night. Later this evening, of course, it is Parramatta and Manly doing battle at CommBank Stadium. Not too far away from here. Garner back in the forward pack this week. Jumper 11 for the Tigers. Little has dummy half duties. A pass that went over the head of Musgrove. That was an odd one. Leilua held up on the 30-metre line. Now Little. Last week, Jay Simpkin knocked out of the match against the Cowboys, so that's the reason he's on the sidelines. And Hastings has his first kick of the night, and it doesn't find its way through. Not so good from the Tigers there. Attention to detail needs to be spot on. It is something these two sides guilty of not paying full attention at various times. Bulldogs 5 metres inside their own half. And the ball with Paul Vaughan. There's another one who's had an eventful week. He's just inside the Tigers' half. So Marshall King on for Flanagan. Little show, and then for Thompson. This is more like the English conditions that he would have experienced many times in his career. Thompson. Marshall King, left side, Burton. And then for Jackson, 13 on his back, but playing left edge tonight. Into the second row, middle forward is Max King coming into the side. Burton. Oh, it's a Burton special early. Good luck, Tigers back 3. Stafford stars at the back with a catch. And the West Tigers have their second possession of the game. Young Junior Tupou getting a run, his second game in the big show. Let's go down to the sideline for the first time tonight. Jake Duke, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen. Not even the rain can ruin the 8th wonder of the world, and there is still a very good crowd here building at Leichhardt Oval despite the weather. The good news is the rain is a little bit heavy, but there is not much wind, so the players won't have to contend with that too much tonight. These two teams have actually scored the fewest tries this season, so you'd imagine points, possession at a premium tonight in these conditions, boys.
Yes, indeed, and it is Madden, the kicker this time from just inside the Tigers' half. It's down Jaden Ockenbaugh's way. Always a tester for Jaden. Can he get the mistakes out of his game? He's on a slippery, wet night here at Leichhardt. Mind you, the last time these clubs met, round 25 last year up at Redcliffe, it was a wipeout. One of the best days of football for the Bulldogs all year. Averillo in the centres. He was one of the players to start with a couple of tries. Marshall King. Little expedition out of dummy half there. Now for Dufty, he does the same. The dancing feet of Dufty could be a factor tonight here on Fox League. Back for Burton. Here comes another one, just like the other one. It's out Tupou's way. He's lost it. Not the first for that to happen, and young Garaz is there. They've both played one match. The two wingers opposed on the hillside of the ground.
The referee's called knocked on Bulldogs, but it's clear in the first 2 sets for both teams that the kicking game of Matt Burton, is the most influential part. You know, think about the Tigers, Hastings' first kick, then Madden had a poor one with not much distance. So Matt Burton already putting his ascendancy on this game through his left boot.
Tigers, in the meantime, 10 metres away from their own line. That was the little scramble there. It was a half opportunity for Canterbury if it just fell their way. Good bounce.
Yeah,
they score in the corner.
Yeah, Tupou didn't touch it, so the Bulldogs had a chance there. But again, it's the Matt Burton boot. That's going to be the key for this first half in tough conditions.
Offengawe took that run. And here is a penalty to the Tigers, the first of the night. Last year, that's a set restart. This year, penalty kick for touch inside your own 40.
This is the first chance we get, first glance of what Jackson Hastings is going to do for this team. Doesn't have his other main man in Luke Brooks. Now he's controlled the game since moving to halfback. Can Jackson Hastings have the creativity that Brooks has had in recent times and score some points for the Tigers tonight?
Well, what a chance. 25 metres away from the Bulldogs line and a full set at their disposal here as they come across through Hastings and up for Tamo. They had Mamalo and also Brent Naden out at left centre, ready to go, but they didn't get that far, and they'll come back away from the left side. Hastings and Madden, good combination. Leilua, without an offload last week against the Cowboys, he's due. Hastings, back centre field, off Hengawi, goes short, and Garner for the third week in a row has found his way over the try line. The put down was a little untidy, but it's been locked in as the Tigers' first try of the night.
That's an outstanding start there from the Tigers. Nice combination work from basically Jackson Hastings moving Madden onto the ball to the right-hand side. And then have a look at Jackson Hastings. Just marshals the troops around the field. Full touch in this set for Hastings. And Offengawe. Nice little short pass onto Luke Garner. It was a no-look pass. Had Kyle Flanagan rocking out in between Stimson and Garner. He's been good at this in recent times. Running nice and directed inside shoulders and gets a first try.
And apologies, our timepiece not working at the moment, but this is 6 minutes into the contest where Garner finds his way over, and that belies the Tigers' record inside an opponent's 20 this year. The stats tell us from the Fox Sports Lab, on average, they take 18 tackles to come up with a 4-pointer, and they've done it tonight on their second play.
Yeah, they get down there a lot, as you said, Vossi, but their strike rate is one of the worst in the competition. In fact, there's the big shining light for me. The key is Jackson Hastings. Touch the ball at first receiver on every one of those plays, so he is dialed in.
So over to Hastings for a 6-0 lead. The Tigers fans are excited early. Mr. Whippy will sell a few more ice creams at half-time here at Leichhardt. And Hastings, oh boy, he's dragged it left to the posts. That's a bad miss. Shake on the sideline.
Yeah, Luke Garner, he's been really great for the Tigers in the last couple of weeks, filling in at right centre for 6 games this year, and he's actually traditionally a back rower, and you see here he runs a great line to get over for the Tigers' first try. It's actually his first game starting in the back row this season, and he's going to be a big loss for the Tigers, unfortunately, heading to the Panthers next season. A great pickup for them, and they have lost a lot of quality back rowers with Luciano Leilua going as well, Kelma Tuolangi, but these guys performing really well for the Tigers right now, and Luke Garner gets them on the board.
There you have it, just under 7 minutes gone here on a Friday night at Leichhardt. Fox League first of the doubleheader. And Tamo on the carry back. 295th game tonight for James Tamo, just over a month away from a massive milestone in the career of that premiership winner with the Cowboys. Now for Hengawi on that carry. A bit more zest in this set from the Tigers on the back of their first points of the night. Hastings and Madden, and lined up left, and then Naden against his old teammates, and they take him all the way over the sideline. Well, that is quite a statement from the Bulldogs against Naden's first carry.
That's going to be one of the parts that both teams need to adjust to tonight. He's been tackled close to the sideline. Kyle Flanagan comes over and the rest of the troops come. Naden thought he was safe. Ockenbaugh does a good job by holding on, and he was dragged 5-6 metres into touch, and it slopes down this side here at Leichhardt Oval. So both teams will have to adjust on the run and don't go close to the sideline.
Interesting you should say that, Cooper. I've got to check. I remember a day here, you kicked 2 40-20s inside 5 minutes. I've never seen it before. You did it at Leichhardt.
You've got a better memory than me, Michael. Michael Voss? Andrew Voss.
Canterbury with the ball inside the Tigers' half. I think you might have been serious there. Max King with the ball. Might be something doing there, the flu, the magic round flu perhaps. Now Marshall King inside the Tigers' 30. So they have to absorb a little bit of pressure here. And up with Flanagan, on for Vaughan. And a set restart there for the Bulldogs. Tigers were inside the 10. And another set restart, this time ruck infringement. So that's a double back-to-back. Be careful, Tigers. Thompson to play at 12 from the line. Again, a slow play of the ball. Marshall King, Flanagan, Dufty, but flat-footed. Then for Averillo. Good footwork. The tackle was there, but they had obstruction in it. So they've blown it there, the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it was poor set from the Bulldogs until they got that run from Averillo. But it was slow play of the balls, no engaging of the line from the halves in the first couple of plays. And the only way that Averillo looked like he was going through was the bump on Joe Offengawe, and that's exactly where Averillo went straight through.
So West's back with the ball just outside their 30. Garner, the try scorer, 3 weeks in a row, but of course the previous 2 weeks starting in the centres. Slashing try a fortnight ago against Manly. He beat Tom Trebojevic on his way to the line. Now Tamo with it, just over the 40. Little, Hastings, Garner on a short pass there. 5 metres inside the Canterbury half. Hastings dropping it off to Offengawe, who's been averaging 61 minutes a game for the Tigers this year. Last tackle, it's all Hastings here, isn't it? He puts up a bomb from 40 metres out. Now Kire's underneath it. And that's a terrific take and counter-attack. Made his debut back in round 7 against the Broncos, and now the error. My goodness, Canterbury. The young fella. I was just about to wax lyrical about how good he was against the Broncos. And a pressure mistake there.
Yeah, this is going to be a common theme tonight with these conditions. Ball security will have to be front of mind for these players here tonight. And just watch Jackson Hastings, Tigers number 7. Watch how many touches he has in this set from first receiver. He is dictating terms at the moment and just manoeuvring the Bulldogs' defence in his favour.
Potter back as an NRL coach and having an absolute ball is Madden. Who's the pass there for Tyrone Peachey. What a danger he could be tonight in these conditions. Tackle 1 inside the Bulldogs' 20. So dumping it back off there for Leilua. Chasing back-to-back tries here, the Tigers. Here he is there, number 7. Off for Hengawe, then Madden, and again tore into the line, right over the top of Flanagan, but held up in goal.
Held up, tackle
Could have
3,
been a big miss there for the Bulldogs in goal line defence. He's done well for them with Dane Laurie sidelined at fullback, the former Knights. Madden, Hastings, again just drifting across, and Musgrove is there. 4 tackles in, 11.5 minutes gone. Hastings, little jink, taking on the defenders. Last tackle, it takes Hastings out. Madden will need to take ownership here. No, it's Little, the kick, a ricochet, not played at. Tackle count hasn't restarted. Little's second kick is good. And Ockenbaugh has to force it dead.
I like the ownership that Little did on that set. Obviously Jackson Hastings, the main man, got tackled, fit tackle. And Little comes out of the right-hand side, lots of traffic in and around, but he gets the ricochet, resets, comes over to the left-hand side here, and just threads the needle. Here it is. kicks into Burton's leg, bounces up. And I thought he was going to pass the ball here to Madden, waiting for the reset tackle count. But nice little touch. And Ockenball had no other answer.
So Burton with a line dropout. A wobbler out towards the wing. And fielded by Naden. He's running well clear of the sideline, let me tell you. And brings it back to centre field, 30 metres away from the Canterbury line. Not that he did a whole lot wrong with the first carry. It was just great defence by Canterbury. Now Little, Hastings and Musgrove there. Another opportunity inside the Canterbury 20. Little just chipping away at them. Even repeat set. We'll see how patient the Tigers are. Hastings, Madden, Gunners there again. And that's a terrific tackle to stop him scoring his second. It was Flanagan. Hastings, dummy goes short. Brilliant from Jackson Hastings to set it up for Stafford Todd to get his first try as a Tiger. But that is classic sleight of hand by the Tigers halfback.
That is top shelf halfback play from Hastings. I like the line into Flanagan for the quick play the ball, and then he doubles up on the shorthand side, realises he had the number advantage, but the Bulldogs had come off the line. And look at this. Nice little, this is the lead-up play. Madden plays short to Garner, straight into Flanagan, runs over the top, gets a quick play the ball, and watch Hastings here. Double pump, creates time, gives him enough awareness to realise, and Ockenball goes for the intercept and Stafford Toa straight through.
Beautifully explained, Cooper, on the Fox League replay. He suddenly, with a little pump, he's got the defenders dead in their feet. I mean, they're on their heels, and there's no reaction at all.
And that's what happens when you go into the line and you're trying to dictate terms. Use a dummy, use a step. So the defence shows you a cue, and Ockenball gave Hastings the cue, and Hastings just delivered. Stafford Toa hit the hole.
Or he's deserved that try. That's for about 4 or 5 weeks of excellent contributions to the team. He certainly deserves that 4-pointer. His first as a Tiger, 11 in his time with the Newcastle Knights. 2 on the board. And Hastings has sacked himself as kicker after 1 shot. Madden will have it from 8 metres in from touch. That's an early change. Here he goes, 22 out. Madden, and that's a hell of a change. He's gone right down the middle. And the Tigers lead the Bulldogs by 10 points to 0. We highlight Jackson Hastings. Yeah, keep asking, did you know he was going to be this good on his return?
No, we spoke about in the pre-game about him controlling the game and creating space for Luke Brooks. Now with Luke Brooks out, the way that he is controlled, but then also come up with some outstanding plays here in his first 15 minutes. It's been an outstanding performance.
And I'll tell you about Madden too. He said when he first appeared on the scene, he tries to model his game on Cooper Cronk. And there he is kicking his first goal in the NRL, Jock Madden. Been linked with the Dolphins today. Video from the Telegraph mentioning that. So the Tigers with the ball back over the 20. 10-0 start, and drums and everything happening here. Leilua around at right edge. Putting a little test on the Bulldogs' defence. A few warning shots from Leilua so far. He looks far busier than last Sunday against the Cowboys. And they will kick here before the last. Ockenball going back, able to balance himself, and he'll bring it back for Canterbury. And that is some serious defence. Ockenball, he'll end up at the Iron Cape Bridge. Bit of water between here and there too. Bulldogs with the ball just outside their 20. So Canterbury, a team under pressure all week. Tumultuous week, and now find themselves down by 10 inside 16 minutes. They've had only 29% of the ball, 4 completed sets. Is Dufty back for Burton? He'll kick before the last as well. And he's got Kenny Mamalo going back. The angle is right. Mamalo did well. Tigers have the ball on their 30.
And for the Bulldogs to get back in this contest early on, I think it's through the boot of Matt Burton. I think he needs to kick early. They don't look like they're making metres out of their own end, and the Tigers are up for this game. So Matt Burton needs to kick early and see if he can gain field position that way.
Hastings' little dummy and dart there. Lovely scoop up by Little, and they get on the front foot straight away, the Tigers. This is the danger sign. I just think there's something here for them tonight. They can freewheel it out in front. Peachy might come into his own here. It is all the Tigers at the moment, 40 metres away from the Canterbury line. Last play, Hastings, another kick. He will kick and chase, get the Bulldogs in a corner. It's a good catch again from Kiraz, but the pressure starts again close to their own line. So every hit up at the moment, I think Bulldogs fans have their heart in their mouth. Next game tonight is Manly and Parramatta from CommBank Stadium as Canterbury get a penalty. But it's a serious battle later on this evening with a great rivalry between the two clubs, the maroon and white and the blue and gold.
Here we go, Bulldogs. Down 10-0 to start this game. They're going to set up one of their set starts. And for me, their first opportunity they had in this game, too many slow play the balls. They were going against a stationary line with good line speed. They need to get quick play the balls in this set, and it starts with their middle forwards.
So Vaughan centre field. They have Tavita Pengai Jr. coming in off the bench tonight. Be interesting to see how fired up he can get. It was a moderate contribution last week, it must be said. Bulldogs are 22 metres away from the Tigers line. He wasn't alone, mind you, as Flanagan right up to the line. And, oh, the ball's come loose. Well, there you go. 2 tackles into the set. Not sure how the ball came out. It was King who lost it. He does like an offload, but I'd need to see the replay if he was trying to squeeze a ball out there.
Matt Duffy was floating around, but it wasn't the time to do that. Max King, he had to hold it and had decent quick play the ball, but no chance.
Big news, Alex Twal is on, folks. The Twalmeister, you've heard it. Cooper's on the Twal bandwagon tonight. Game 100. He'll take the first hit up in a moment. Hastings, Leilua, offload, and Tupou was with it. He's got ability. He's got serious raps on him, this young right winger for the Tigers. Last play, and across with Madden. Hit as he was kicking. Tackle was fine from Marshall King. It's bounced up. Here comes Twal. And Dufty. Well, that was almost quite a moment.
He's on Twal. He knows when he sees a bouncing ball, he's going for it tonight.
A possum's good luck or bad luck? A possum, is that the sign? Anyway, he was in the vicinity. Shot with a ball for Canterbury. But I'm pretty sure that a lot of you might know Alex Twal very well, but you would have detected from our Fox League piece in the preview, terrific fella, and really good-natured about it. He says he wants to make the in-goal his habitat. That's a great quote.
For someone that hasn't been there.
That's right. Once he gets his first, he wants to make it his habitat. Beautifully put, Alex. Tigers with the ball 10 metres inside their own half. Now Naden. This feels very odd, lining up against the blue and white. It's a walking carry, but it's a good one. Now Hastings on the edge for Twal. Up go the crowd again. 38 metres away from the Canterbury line. Now Little. Madden has been really strong tonight. They're into the Bulldogs 20, just about the Tigers. 2 tackles left. Hastings to offer Hengawe. And able to get some post-contact metres as well. Last play, Hastings is left. Madden is right. Hastings to Garner and Flanagan again. Okay. He's had 1 miss, but he's had 2 exceptional tackles on the Bulldogs line.
We are seeing the work or the preparation that's gone in through the week from the Tigers. They like their chances of Garner on Flanagan. Running that line in between him and Avarillo, 2 smaller bodies, but Garner is accelerating onto the ball of Jackson Hastings, so they will be going there all night, and it's a good spot.
I will say this, in praising Flanagan when they beat the Roosters there a few weeks ago. I don't think the Bulldogs win without Flanagan's defence. The Roosters through-heated him all night, and he came up with a lot of very good tackles one-on-one. Canterbury 10 metres inside their own half. Marshall King for King. There's Flanagan. Bulldogs players went up. Last tackle Canterbury. Marshall King. It'll be a Burton kick again at the end of it. And this one end over end. So, he's missed the trap. It was the Clayton's trap. And he ended up with the ball in his hands. And a penalty straight away.
Kick chase.
Well, lots of things letting Canterbury down at the moment.
Yeah, particularly when the ball goes like that, you got to be aware that you're in front of the kicker and can't come into the 10-metre zone. So the Bulldogs are just not switched on to the finer details of the game at the moment. And that's a worrying sign for the interim coach Potter, because he's made some changes trying to get a reaction from his team. You know, Pangai Jr. starting off the bench and the like. It hasn't been a good start to the Dogs.
So Nick Potter again in the box, 2 years as Tigers coach. Hastings pushing along for 12. He was the only Tigers forward to run for over 100 metres against the Cowboys last week. Madden, Garner. That time it was Marshall King cutting him in half. 25 metres from the line. Little off Ngawe. There is Hastings. Now Leilua in a wrestle driven sideways. Good defence, Canterbury. Burton. There was Shop. And slow to his feet, Leilua. Again, the Tigers, they are asking some serious questions now. Twal has the ball. He burrows. He takes defenders with him. It's going to happen, folks. Little is with it. Right side Hastings, left foot kick. Burton, did he lose it? He's got it back. Canterbury in possession. It ends up a save and kept going now. Out of trouble. Well done, Canterbury.
Got a little fancy there, Jackson Hastings. Stepped off the right, did a little left foot kick, but hit Matt Burton's legs. So Jackson Hastings needs to go back to high percentage plays.
Pangai Jr. into the game for the first time tonight. The Bulldogs fans demanding a big effort from this man, and that's a good run first up. Now with Marshall King, easy 10 metres there. He was clipped a little as he went through. Burton. Pangai Jr. wants another run. 2 carries of great intent in his first seconds on the field. 5 tackles up. Flanagan's the kicker this time. Placing it to the corner. Here comes Ockenball. Mamalo with a juggle. But it's made contact with the Bulldogs. It's a knock-on against the Tigers.
Challenge. Challenge.
Adamski
Yep.
asking, will there be a challenge? There will be a challenge.
Jerry, we have a captain's challenge from the Tigers. I've got a knock-on field
Jared
against
Sutton
Mamalo.
is the video referee for this one, ahead of
Thanks, mate.
being in charge of the big game, Roosters and Panthers, exclusive to Fox League tomorrow night. So we're just wanting to see if Mamalo, if the ball comes off Ken into Jaden Ockenball. That can be the only area here. The leap is a good one. Ockenball's well past it. And I tell you what, I don't think it's even in doubt. It's winner, chicken dinner for the Tigers on the challenge.
There is no touch from Jaden Ockenball. Ken Mamalo retains possession and is tackled. The challenge is successful.
Easy one for the Tigers and for the bunker there.
As you said, the ball floated off Mamalo's chest. That was the only way it would have been a knock-on, as it came in contact with the Dogs' play. But daylight between Ockenball and the ball. So the Tigers get the ball back and will have to get off their own line, but gives the Bulldogs a really good chance to take the handbrake off and fly off the line and get stuck in.
So Tigers back with it, 10 from their own line. And, looking to come out of trouble, error-free. Keep the momentum up here. Utoy Kamanu is out there for them. Little. Not for Hingawe. There's an offload, back for 12. And the Tigers through 4 plays are back to their 30. And, oh boy, penalty on play 4, my goodness, the ill discipline. And
Back there.
tap it off the mark, I think, there. They were entitled to take a quick tap.
The intensity of the Dogs had a set line on that captain's challenge. And I challenged them to fly off the line and make a dent and force some Tigers back. But no stage did any of their middle forwards really get off that line, accelerate, and look to do some damage. So they're pretty flat here, the Bulldogs.
Take a tap, shouldn't be then allowed to kick the line. You've got to then tap with the opponents knowing what you're doing. Tigers 10 metres inside the Bulldogs half. Hastings back for 12. Accelerates as he gets to the line. He's carried them to within 25 metres. This might be like an AFL Buddy Franklin moment if 12 scores tonight. Hastings onto Utoi Kamanu. They're 15 from the line now. Little from dummy half. Madden to Garner running again. He's offloaded. Naden with it. Shut down close to the line, but it's a penalty again to the Tigers.
Reviewing the shot. They need time to review. It's just a high tackle at this stage.
High shot, they call it.
And I like what the Tigers are doing down this left edge. Obviously attacking Flanagan and Avarillo, but they're coming up with nice different options. That time it was Madden coming down, the offload from Garner again. They just look like they're making an impact here and causing trouble.
On report, Dufty for the Bulldogs. Actually, the caution's a help for the Bulldogs there. Just gives them a little bit more time to set up in defence. Centre field. Stefano Utoi Kamanu with it. He's 9 metres away from the line, make that 5. Little Tigers to the right side. 12 has it again. Spinning in tackles. 3 hold him up. This is intense pressure on Canterbury here. Off Ngawi and Little. Hastings. Overlap. Madden. Naden. Mamala diving for the corner. It's a photo finish. The Tigers are sprinting from everywhere. Kenny Boy in the corner. The Tigers have their 3rd.
That's what playing short to your back rowers early in games can do. You play short, and then all of a sudden, the defence think you're going to go there again, and they condense their line, and that gives a bit of space out the back for the Tigers to strip the edge defence and get Mamalo in the corner. Here it is, Garner, nice line inside Flanagan, strips the defenders on that right edge, and beautiful hands there from Mamalo as he dives on down in this left-hand corner. But as this play unfolds, it's good combination work and good silky hands there to get Mamalo in the corner from Naden.
Gee, Madden's playing his part. I mean, we've wrapped Hastings, but Madden's doing a job. And the modern day winger. It's like, and we just see it so often, we just take it for granted they can do that. But there it is in the corner. He's got some heavy bandaging on that knee. He's a little lame after scoring the try. He actually scored a double in round 21 against the Bulldogs last year for the Tigers. And there it is, your new left side pairing. Tigers, Naden centre, the former Warrior Mamalo on the wing.
It was obvious the setup there, the Tigers. They're really targeting and liking what they see on this left edge. They had the penalty, 2 plays across to the right-hand side, and a big sweeping play with 2 halves and the fullback involved put Mamalo in the corner.
Yeah, well, despite the injury, so Hastings just checks on Madden and says, well, gee, you hit the last kick so well, you can keep the job. But he's a bit ginger. Michael Maguire, he's the boss at the moment. 14-0. Canterbury have to stay in the fight. Their handling has not been great. They've made a couple of mistakes their end of the field. They've conceded 5 penalties now, some of them late in the count. And overall, they've now only had 31% of the ball through 28.5 minutes. Potter is he's going to have to come up with something with his halftime address. So over to Madden, his 2nd kick in the NRL. Scone Thoroughbred Jr. with this kick. This Cooper Cronk, an idol of his. So his second kick, and yeah, I think the moment he was down, look, he's limping. Honestly, he's in the steward's report. They would have scratched him at the barrier, and he's made to take the shot. He was in no shape to take the shot. Ruined his 100% record.
Well, the injury is an actual sign that Jock Madden is going to the line, because he did cop a whack before passing the ball out the back. So the young man's got a little bit of courage in the way that he ball plays, and he's had some nice combination work with Jackson Hastings. And we see another replay. Just watch how far he goes in line before he offloads it to Naden. And that's where the injury comes. So good signs from the young man going into the line.
Yeah, Joel Fengawi, a good contributor tonight for the Tigers, as Burton sends us into the next passage of play. So they've really seen it better, the Tigers, as they chase a third win for the season. Garner, the more you see of him, what a pickup he is for Penrith for next season. Already out of the scene for the Tigers for next year. VB hard-earned index tonight. It's the sort of night where you need plenty to roll up the sleeves and have a dig. James Tarmo did that early with his first stint. Luke Garner, Zane Musgrove, 4 Tigers there, 1 through 4. They're 15 inside their own half. And the twirl machine is moving again. Last play, Tigers. Little, Hastings, Pengai Jr. and Jackson putting pressure on. Kick is long, Dufty on it. So where's the strike? Dufty with his third run of the football for the evening. Not much has happened in attack there. The opportunities. Jackson left edge just had 1 run of the football tonight. Joe Stimson right side yet to have a carry. There's your 2 back rowers through 30 minutes. And this time Patolo out there. Saw Raymond Fatala-Mariner on the previous carry. We only saw him twice last year. It's good to have him back. Here he is. He's put it down. Well, it's good to have him back, but we need him to hang on to the ball. He's had awful trouble. A very serious foot injury has kept him sidelined. But on his second touch, down it goes.
It's the third time they've not turned the ball over in the attacking half of the Tigers. So the Bulldogs, for a team that have really struggled to score points, in this contest, when they get their first opportunity, it looks like they can control the game. They've turned the ball over through individual errors.
Field position handed on a silver platter to the Tigers. Hastings short of Ngawi there. It's his 9th hit up of the night, and he's got good marks next to him in all the categories: tackle busts and offloads and line break assists. Tigers are 15 away. Little's been really sharp. There's Twal again, and Canterbury get 3 on him. Alex will have to play it on the last play. It is Little to Hastings in front of the post. He's going to kick out for Paulo's wing here. It's a good take at the back. He's had some moments, this kid. And back for the Bulldogs. His second game in first grade. His bomb catching has been very good. He's had just that one play the ball error. But to Jacob, there he is, the young fella. Second game in first grade in the blue and white. Now Pengai Jr. Burton for Fatala-Mariner. He played every game in 2020 and then hit by injuries last year. Bulldogs into the Tigers half, but it is play number 5. They've done well. It's been quite a recovery set for them after, again, more pressure. And Burton a bomb, but it appears like it's the only weapon they have. And there's a take. Close to the sideline. Paulo dragged by Shot, and they say penalty. But John will say, once he puts his hand on, once he's still on the ground and you put a hand on the defender, he is held.
There was red flag to a ball there for Shop, and wanted to take Junior Tupou over the sideline. Good take from the young man. Scored a try last week on debut, and here he is, ball on the ground, puts his hands on him, and you cannot do that. And it just gives again. more field position for the Tigers to set up in attacking spots.
And Tupou, if you didn't know his background, he went from league to union, good enough to be a junior Wallaby out of the Brumby system, and then now back to rugby league this year. 3-year contract with the Tigers last November, having played junior reps with the Raiders. Good pick up then. Little with the ball. Now Hastings, Madden. Tigers get going on the right. Leilua running at Burton. And Fatala Mariner is there as well, but they're inside the Canterbury 30 again. 14-0. Hastings drifts across. Garner the go-to. Low down in the tackle was Stimson. Last play, Tigers. Hastings this time looking for Ken Mamalo up against Ockenbaugh. Ockenbaugh got it. Mamalo may have thought Avarillo ran him off the ball. Little escort play, but the Bulldogs have got away with it. And Stimson has his first carry.
Yeah, it looked like Mamalo got checked there, and Jackson Hastings set up that play, told the winger he was coming back, and put it up for Mamalo to use his skills, but he was blocked there and couldn't get in the right. That could have been a penalty because that was an escort there on Ken Mamalo.
Halftime show, it'll be Hannah Hollis, Michael Ennis, Benji Marshall, kick for, Kiraz, it's a little too high and over the sideline. Roll of the dice, I don't mind that. But there's a few little signs here that this is going to be the Tigers' night.
There was space there for Burton, and Kiraz had got him behind Tupou on that left flank. So while didn't execute properly, they would have loved to have had Burton landed on a dime in the lap of Kiraz as he's rolled through. There was space there. So Burton should look at that again.
So the Tigers will bring it to centre field to get play back underway, and yet another run for Alex Twal. Play one, 6 metres inside Canterbury's half. Fans, they're ruthless. They want one more before half time. They want to see 20-0 up on the, do we call it unofficially, the Robbie Farah scoreboard? Now it goes to Hastings, away from Pengai Jr. Little dummy, defenders on their heels again. The Tigers looking to take advantage here. Little, up he goes, Liddle is a metre short of the line. Fatala Mariner with a tackle. Last it is, Tigers, Madden. The kick looked hard off the boot. It's way too hard. It's into the hot dog stand. The Bulldogs will come back to the 20.
When a quick play the ball with Little through, I saw Alex Twal come running from the back. Fans thought he was going to be on short, close to the line, but they went out the back to Madden, and he just miscued that.
Back. Leave it there. Let's go again. Stefano, just wait. Back on the 20.
6 and 7 have been great for the Tigers tonight, but the 9, Little, playing really well. It all starts with him. So Ockenbaugh on the restart for Canterbury. So halftime show, Benji and Michael to run the rule over this performance. Also, Hannah looking ahead towards Parramatta and Manly later tonight. Moses Mbai, Mitchell Moses, not Moses Mbai, Mitchell Moses interview at halftime. As Burton goes up the centre and the ball comes loose in the Little tackle. The Tigers have it. Moses Mbai, he'll be playing hooker tomorrow in our first game on Super Saturday. Dragons back at Cogra against the Warriors. We've had an interesting day if you haven't caught up on the news. Matt Lodge released effective immediately from the Warriors. Rugby League news today. Never sleeps the game, does it? Never a quiet day.
Huge Super Saturday tomorrow. Couple
Yes,
big
indeed.
games.
Back to back. Game 2, game 3. Cowboys at home. To you, Cowboys fans, let's hope you fill the joint tomorrow night against Melbourne. You deserve to. And then Roosters Panthers tomorrow night from the Sydney Cricket Ground. Exclusive to Fox League. Here's Naden. Across field. He's allowed to run a long way. He's had half a dozen carries of the footy for 50 metres tonight, Naden. And Little and Hastings working right. Peachy's offloaded. Wasn't touched by the Dogs, but play on. Little again. Madden to a flat-footed Garner. 14-0, 15 out. Last tackle play, 2.5 to half-time. Little, Hastings, bomb for Paulo's wing. The two young wingers again. Oh, spectacular stuff. And it's gone the Tigers' way with a penalty. I feel for, whereas there he was competing, it looked like just a fair dinkum contest for the ball in the air. But Paulo's hit the ground heavily. And the young Canterbury wing, well, there's the sportsmanship right there on show. And they will challenge it too.
Is penalty for a mid-air tackle.
And they might get this.
Thanks, mate.
Because he's going to be unfortunate. There's no doubt he's going for the ball in the first instance.
It'll depend whether Kiraz has wrapped his arms around Tupou. That's the key.
Chases onside. Right into the corner at Leichhardt Oval. Great leap. But has he made contact even before he caught it? Gee, it's spectacular.
Junior Tupou is tackled in the air. The challenge is unsuccessful. And
hang on a sec, Jared.
Okay, so the element of foul play in the air, it's not a contest anymore, so the tackle from you is on report. And the penalty's over here. Well, he's got to contest the ball, he can't tackle him in the air.
Oh, well.
So initially, Kiraz started with contest the ball, but as he realised he could come down with it, he's wrapped his arms around Junior Tupou, and that's brought Tupou down to a dangerous position, hence the report, the unsuccessful challenge.
What a set this is, Cooper. When you're down 14-0 after the wretched week, change of coach, the set by the flu, changes.
Junior Tupou.
And now Tupou will have to go from the field as well. So the young winger, he will, really.
Junior needs to leave the
Yes, the
field.
independent doctor it is. So this will be further delay. And I think the bench know that he has to come off. And they're getting Tuolungi ready to come on.
Just looking at Jackson Hastings in the background here, he is telling every individual Tigers player what is going on in this set. His arms are moving around like a traffic cop. He's basically marshalling the whole Tigers team, saying we're going to move across the left-hand side of the field here and open up the right-hand side. So just watch Jackson Hastings touch the ball multiple times, just telling his Tigers teammates where to be, but they will play to their back rows at some stage.
Brett Naden switched to right wing here and Garner to left centre. So there's a big change for them. Naden out at right wing. Tigers are 9 metres from the line. Liddell just looks up. Canterbury thought that was forward, the pass from left to right. Jackson in defence. Liddell, they'll do the crash play again. You know who it is. The crowd all again lifting. 12 plays it, and the Tigers, the ball loose. It's an absolute shambles there. But they will still get a crack. The Tigers. Reset, go again. Hastings, the traffic cop.
We saw Michael Maguire in a pre-game interview say we've got a couple of set plays for Alex 12. I thought he was joking, but that was it. They had set up, worked to the middle of the post, and Alex 12 was given the green light to try and crash over. But he got the ball back here from the kick and the knock-on from the Bulldogs, and this is prime position for Jackson Hastings. He's got Stafford Tower hanging around him.
12, 10 hit-ups, 85 metres, most by any forward on the field. I reckon 8 of those hit-ups have been hitting the Bulldogs 20. Madden to work the scrum, 36 seconds to go. Hastings swings round to the left, goes out the back. Here comes Kenny Marlowe again. The one-arm stretch. He sends the drummers into the fence. He sends the chairs into the fence. Bottom line, he's scored again. There's a bit happening down in that corner.
He slid after scoring the try, slid about 10 metres into the barrier. Let's hope Ken's okay, but again, set play, time to organise and orchestrate the set. Jackson Hastings sells the dummy to the right-hand side, swings out with his fullback to the left, and it's the line of Luke Garner, inside shoulder on Avarillo, that condenses the line, gives Toa space and time out the back, and Ken Mamalo, for his second try, has finished this backline move perfectly.
And this for 18-0. Look at the put down. Look at it. Right, you could have done that with an old leather ball at Leichhardt Oval at the Amco Cup. He's done it again. Too good. Stop the fight. Stop the fight. They're too good, the modern day winger. They're not rugby league players. They're acrobats. They're magicians. That's incredible stuff. He's got a try double. Kem Mamalo, and now 8 tries for the season from a team sitting in the bottom 2. And it's 4 tries for the Tigers in this first half.
And all down the left-hand side. The left-hand side attack of the Tigers have done their research because they're targeting that right edge of the Bulldogs, and they are in sync. We've got the orchestrator and Jackson Hastings organising the set, but Garner is centimetre perfect on his line running. Madden and stuff. Atoa are coming up with nice little plays out the back, and they scored the 4 tries.
So quite a contrast for the two coaches going to half-time. Last time they met, it was the Bulldogs who led at half-time 16-0, went on to win 38-0. Now it's the Tigers leading 18 and potentially 20. Hastings takes kicking back, dragged the first one left from close range. It hasn't been bad from the sideline this year, and he's pulled that one left again. So it's 4 tries and only the 1 goal, but the Tigers fans having a good night, and the Bulldogs, well, they're having a bad week. Half-time, it's Tigers 18, Canterbury 0. Second half underway. Game 1 of this Friday night double, round 11 of the NRL on Fox League, and Pengai Jr. back off the back fence at the Mary Street end of Leichhardt Oval. And Canterbury underway for the second half. Fatala Mariner with the ball. They have Zach Docker-Clay waiting in the wings on the bench to make his debut tonight at age 27. Quite a story. I'll tell you more about it when he comes on later. Marshall King with the ball here. And now Jackson closer to the action. Almost back to halfway. Plenty of rain about throughout the day. We'll hear from Jake in a moment. Dufty, we've got Parramatta and Manly to come up tonight ahead of a massive Super Saturday on Fox League. Away back for Burton. Big bomb. And going back, Stafford. Oh, that's a brilliant take. It was from the field of play. It's almost a miracle if he gets back. But the catch itself was as good as you will see.
Good catch, but even better kick. First set, the Dogs were very conservative, straight off the dummy half. And Matt Burton, inch perfect, lands that ball centimetres from the try line. And Stafford did a great job, but by falling backwards, gave the Bulldogs chase to get down. And this is a very good start from the Dogs.
All right, let's see what they can do. They've had only 2 tackles inside the Tigers 20 all night. The Tigers have completed 23 or 24 sets. Bulldogs are 30 away. Flanagan just pushing it up there for Patolo. Good carry. 20-year-old forward who's developing the time in the NRL. Now Marshall King, right for Dufty. Now Pengai Jr. Look out for an offload. There it is. Flick Burton. His second try in the blue and white. But that's a big try assist to Tavita Pengai Jr. Do you celebrate it because it's so good? You're disappointed because you ask, well, why doesn't he do it more?
The first time we've seen tonight, Pengai Jr. pull out of a gate, and it was a slow play the ball, and I like what Dufty did. Just handed off to Tavita Pengai Jr. and he made a decision. Tavita said, I'm going to make something happen here. Ran across the field. His other gun recruit from the off-season, Matt Burton, has seen this at training a number of times and just pushed into the hole, and that one-arm left-hand flick to the outhands outside is top shelf from Tavita Pengai Jr.
So I'll say it again, that's why it's frustrating. I see that. He is so big. He's one of the biggest players in the game. And he is moving there like a speedy 5'8". I mean, what a weapon. And then I think back to last week against the Knights, he didn't fire a shot.
And it's the individual accountability, because for most of his runs, he's just been a part of it. But that time, first carry to start this second half, he said, I'm going to do something. I'm going to make something happen. And Matt Burton saw it, reacted, and they're the first points for the Dogs tonight.
For the record, 7 hit-ups last week for 60 metres, 1 offload. There was just nothing doing. Burton, what a start for Canterbury. 18 points to 6. It's their best moment of the week. 3.5 into the second half. Well, that makes your report after half-time a little different. Jake on the sideline.
Yeah, great start for the Bulldogs, Vossi. Tavita Pangai Jr., he led the NRL with offloads coming into this match with 27, gets a silky ball away there to get the Bulldogs back into it. And Mick Potter, all he wanted from his side was better discipline. They gave away 7 penalties to 1 in the first half. He said, cut that out and we'll get our opportunities to score. They get the first one here. For Michael Maguire, he will not be happy because he wanted a clean sheet from his side this second half. They let in that first try, but he was happy with their 96% completion rate in the first half. He wants them to keep winning the field position battle.
Okay, could be in for a ride this second half. The two coaches, Jake highlighting the penalty count, 7-1 to the Tigers. I don't think there was any sort of caution by referee Claire Adamski at any stage, but that's where we're at the moment. Marshall King, so often those counts can level up. There's Jackson down in the tackle. And now Marshall King, flashes of blue and white everywhere. Dufty in support. Dufty is cut down from behind. But Canterbury have come out of hibernation here. Pengai Jr. onto his back, on the line, and Sinbin. Well, only their second penalty of the night conceded, and the Tigers, that is deemed as some form of professional foul.
Professional foul.
There it is.
10 minutes.
Look who it is.
Can't challenge 10 metres.
Jackson Hastings.
Well, see, I love that. If you're going to do it all the time, you know, you've only got to get back to your goal line there. And it's a tackle from an offside position while Canterbury are running hot. Wow, 4.5 into the second half. Tigers down to 12, and it's 12 points the difference. Hastings is meandering off the field.
Let's see what the Dogs do here. So Jackson Hastings defending on the right. Luciano Leilua is now defending at 3 in. The Dogs must put multiple sets to their left-hand side to see if they can outnumber them.
Now Flanagan back to Pengai Jr. Boy, he's running hot here. He's almost under the crossbar there. Marshall King has got them going, and Patolo takes the run there. The young forward tackled on the Tigers line. We could have 18-12 in a moment. Marshall King goes deep to the right. Flanagan further across for Avarillo. It's a long way short of the defensive line, those passes. And the Tigers eat it up in defence. Ockenball for Flanagan. This time inside with Stimson. That's the 4th. Marshall King. Flanagan again. Now Burton finally gets a touch. Shot with the ball. He went around Patolo there. No obstruction. Last tackle, Canterbury. Marshall King from dummy half. Oh, he's got over. Marshall King has scored the Bulldogs' second. Contorting and twisting and stretching to score.
I was just about to say that was a poor set from the Dogs until Jeremy Marshall King, just like Pangai Jr. before, said, I'm going to do something here. 5th tackle from dummy half, close range. Has a dig, and the strength of the upper body allows him time to get the ball down, but at no stage do the Dogs go left and target Luciano Leilua, who is defending for Jackson Hastings. Here it is, the lead-up work. Marshall King used up Pangai Jr. as a decoy on the outside, throws the dummy, gets in the backfield, and it's Jackson Hastings, who the referee says was offside, professional foul. See you later, you're in the bin. And then Jeremy Marshall King, who started it, finishes it from dummy half. Little show and go, and eventually gets there.
So they ruled He did get back onside, but then he took off early, Hastings, to put pressure on. A Marshall starring at Leichhardt Oval, and it's not of the Benji kind, as Burton has got the Bulldogs back within 6 in the space of 7 minutes of the second half. What a sport we follow. Friday night, Leichhardt Oval, Possum in the commentary box, pre-kickoff, and strange things now happening.
I heard Michael Potter during the week say that one thing he's going to bring to this being interim coach is honesty. And I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall at half-time, because this is a completely different Bulldogs outfit that had come out in the first 7 minutes of this second half. He must have used some home truths, told a couple of their key players, and they have responded.
International footy returns with a Pacific Test doubleheader at Campbelltown. It is June 25. Mark it down. PNG versus Fiji. Cook Islands v Samoa. Tickets starting from just $10 for adults, $5 for kids. You won't get better value than that. Secure your seats right now at nrl.com/tickets. Let's fill the joint. Campbelltown, June 25, the Pacific Test doubleheader. And we'll have it for you here on Fox League as well. 18-12, Tigers, Bulldogs. And you've only won 2 games, as is the case for each of these teams. Winning is a habit that's hard to find. And a long way off the mark there. Dengai Jr. Bulldogs, that time Jackson just turning it inside. Canterbury have followed up and try scoring set, completing the next set, so important. Burton, another kick. It's a monster, getting onto it. Oh, and it's put down again. Tupou, nerves at the back, jangling every Tigers fan. And the Tigers get a penalty. 8-2 count, yet it's the Tigers with a player in the sin bin.
What a start to this second half. It's had it all. Sin bin, couple of tries, some nervous moments for young Tupou there. And that's a relieving penalty. How Madden, Little, Peachy's in there having a conversation. How are they going to manage the next 8 or so minutes with their gun player Jackson Hastings in the bin? They need to take the heat out of this contest. They need to slow it down. And he's doing the right thing here, Jock Madden.
Well, there's going to be no HIA here for Musgrove for the Tigers, and I'm not saying it's gamesmanship, but they will take as long as he possibly can to come off. Just let Tigers further time to reset. It's not a direct passage off the sideline. And Joe Offengawe will be thrown back into the game. Eight and a half gone, second half. Manly at CommBank Stadium later tonight against the Parramatta Eels. Could be something special tonight. Tigers on the restart. Peachy still think he can play a big part in a potential Tigers victory in this second half. Play Lua now. Hastings waiting nervously in the dressing sheds here at Leichhardt. Utoy Kamanu with the ball. They scored 4 tries in the first half. Little, Madden, and Twal with it. Up and over halfway he goes. Alex Twal now with over 100 running metres tonight. Madden from fullback and was carrying to pass, and Madden hit the deck. Last tackle Tigers. Madden takes over the reins, gets a kick in. Dufty's underneath it. They need a fair chase on Dufty. Here he is with the ball for Canterbury. The Tigers do well to get through a set. But can Canterbury come at them hard here? Only halfway through the time that Hastings is in the bin. Will they go expansive from their own half? Will they have the confidence to do that? Rose came in off the wing for that carry. Marshall King will look to take every opportunity here. Up to halfway, the Bulldogs. Dufty's lurking. Marshall King takes off again. Pengai Jr. Last tackle, Canterbury Marshall King, Burton sets for the kick. It's out Tupou's way again. Peachy's got himself in the way. What will they rule there? No, they just rule the ball over the sideline. I reckon Peachy ran himself to a position that he wasn't going at the ball. He ran himself to a position right in front of the ball catcher.
And you're saying before, should they be conservative? Should they throw a bit of caution in the wind and shift the ball and try and attack the Tigers in this period of time? I think they've got to get Matt Duffy 2 passes wide. Him and Burton in and around Luciano Leilua. That's the key for me. Playing short passes and then open up the field and allow those guys with good footwork to take on Leilua.
Josh Jackson, I think, is saying a number of things here. The time wasting. What about the escort? He'd have a few complaints, sir. Well, that's a new one. The trainer's having a drink. The trainer's come out on the field and having a drink. I haven't seen that before. Little, quite rightly, needs to be checked. But, by gee, soaking up time. So Little have to come off the field now. And this will say, well, this is a comeback as well for Manu Brown, whose last game in the NRL was for the Bulldogs in 2019. Former Shark, former Bulldog. He gets his chance now, and if you watch Fox League, the New South Wales Cup there, a few weeks ago, he was a star for the Magpies. Now he's back in the NRL. Tigers with the ball, Ken Mamalo. 18 plays 12. Do you reckon there's any Tigers fan out there watching or at the ground who feels confident at this point?
I would have thought Michael Maguire wouldn't be either. Now you get Jackson Hastings out there, obviously a couple more minutes to go. But the lack of punch and forward momentum in this set is worrying.
Play 4 outside the 30. Tigers with the ball. There is Brown linking up with Madden. Back in for Twal, and they've got him. He won't risk an offload in that position. Last tackle, Tigers. Completion rate remains high. Madden kicks at the end of it. They're now 26 of 27, the Tigers, on the night. In slippery conditions, worth noting as well. Canterbury on play 1 on their 20. Bulldog has gone to ground. He's pushed. He just thought, I'll fall over Stimson, so I'm not an obstruction play. Sniper got him here at Leichhardt. Shock went on that run. Hasn't Marshall King been good since half-time? Rose with the ball on halfway, Canterbury. Blue and white fans, you want them to throw the ball around while they got the one-man advantage. Maybe this play, no, dumping back inside for Pengai Jr. There's really nothing of an expansive nature. Last tackle, and they've played down the corridor, down the middle. Burton's hit another special, but this one has gone too far. It's a 7-tackle set, back to the 20. I don't know whether I'd be rushing back. The Tigers probably saying, hey, cool it.
No, from Matt Burton there. He had the Tigers just exactly where he needed. He needed to leave that in the field of play and allow the Tigers to struggle. But now this gives them the chance to get the ball down the other end and finish off with an attacking kick. But Matt Burton would like to have that kick all over again.
Friday night, Manly and Parramatta to follow this one from Combank. The only place you see both games on a Friday night here on Fox League. Here's Tupou in off the wing, good carry. Tigers into the Bulldogs half. Jackson slows down to play the ball. Gee, some of the Canterbury defenders here offside. It's allowed to continue. And then Pengai Jr., who was the player offside, I don't know whether he retreated enough, but he made the tackle. The Tigers are with it. They're 25 from the line. Leilua now, dummies twice, carries a couple on his back, loses the ball, Shop chasing at his legs, taken away. The penalty could have gone either way, but it goes for the challenge on Shop. There's no doubt in chasing, he was tackled around the legs. That was clear cut.
Challenge, but it has to be the captain.
Just not sure what happened before that. And they're saying you're allowed to challenge, but it has to be the captain. I reckon Chair Klesser Adamski could have said,
which one?
And who's the damn captain here tonight? Out of the leadership group. Which one?
All 5 of them walked over.
Yes. So the captain's challenge from the Tigers. The whole leadership group is challenging this. So there's the ball
is offloaded
loose.
backwards by Luciano Leilua. It's then kicked ahead by Aaron Shop. Tyrone Peachy then makes a secondary movement that causes Aaron Shop to hit the ground. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Well, it's a dud challenge. Need a new leadership group, Tigers.
Challenge is unsuccessful.
And I don't think he had to do it either, because I think Shop had kicked the ball far enough that the Tigers were going to get the ball again after the offload went back.
Hastings getting ready to come back for the Tigers. He's up just outside the tunnel here at Leichhardt. Pretty earnest discussion with him as to what's going on. He's copying it in both ears there, Jackson Hastings.
Zane Musgrove also has passed his HIA Vossi, so two good things for the Tigers.
The ball is with Vaughan just over halfway. Marshall Kings had 6 runs for the night, 80 metres, 5 tackle busts, 2 line breaks from those dummy half runs. Canterbury now 15 metres inside the Tigers half. Flanagan, Burton, this time Jackson. Can't get between defenders. Caught by Offahengawe and Leilua. Quick play the ball though. Marshall King again. Canterbury ringing some bells here. Vaughan with the ball. Hastings rushes back on. It's 13 on 13. Last tackle Canterbury. Ball with Burton. Burton then throws the cutout. Shot now. Carras is over. Second game of first grade. And he scores for Canterbury. They've scored 3 straights. Are we witnessing some sort of story here at Leichhardt for the visitors?
And the right-hand side of the Bulldogs, Dufty, Flanagan, were blowing up the Larks so they didn't get the ball out to the right-hand side. But Burton knew exactly what he was doing. I love this play from Matt Burton. Faked like he was going to do the grubber kicking in the in-goal. See the Bulldogs players throw their hands up, fake the grubber kick, put on a bullet on the outside for Aaron Shop. And look at the work from the young centre to get the ball on the out, set up his winger, engage a couple of defenders. That is a very good play from the young man.
His first try in the NRL in his second game of first grade. This is the young fella who we saw on Fox League, would you believe, at the Nines, the World Nines, back at Parramatta there a few years ago, and he was at the scene of a scandal because Lebanon were playing him. Basically, he was 17 and you weren't allowed to play him, and they got pulled up for it. Having made his international debut, they then found out they'd actually broken the rules by playing a 17-year-old in international football. So a few years on, here he is in the NRL, and now he's a try scorer. And it's at Leichhardt Oval. And if he wants to know, Josh Adokar scored his first try here. Suliasi Vunivalu scored their first try here. That's a little memory from a few years back. A couple of good wins. Burton, this is for 18 all, can you believe it? Burton for 18 all, oh, just across the face. 18-16, 23 and a half to go. Jake on the sideline. What on earth happens next?
Who knows, Vossi? Jacob Carras, what a rise to first grade it's been for him. He only debuted a couple of weeks ago against the Broncos with all the COVID dramas. He had a blinding game that night where he ran for over 137 metres. It led to him being re-signed in the weeks after that by the Bulldogs, now signed until the end of 2024. And he was one of the reasons why they were happy to let a guy like Brent Naden go, because of the promise they have in this young 20-year-old bloke, and he's paying dividends tonight.
Has indeed. He might not be seeing any grade lower than this anytime soon, based on his contribution tonight. And the individual stats have him for 12 runs, 100 metres, 5 tackle busts, an offload, and a couple of line breaks. 2 points the difference. 18-16. You can't look away. Pengai Jr. has played a part in this revival. Mick Potter's up in the box thinking, boy, gee, I've still got it. A halftime address. How good was it? Now Vaughan with the ball. Canterbury short of the 40. Again, getting through a set after points. Dufty is with it. There's discipline now about their performance. What a difference that makes in all areas. Last tackle, another kick for Burton. Here it goes again. Chases are plenty. There's about 7 of them. Stafford with the ball for the Tigers. VB hard-earned index tonight. Well, he hasn't got a try, Alex Twal, but he has worked his tail off and has himself at the top of the VB hard-earned index. There you go, Alex Twal ahead of Luke Garner. It's got to be worth something. Tigers inside their 40. Now Hastings along for Tamo. This time with Brown scooping it up for Hastings. He's a runner that time. Last play Tigers. Only 2 errors from the Tigers tonight. Madden kicks from outside the 40. Carraz is there again. And he's been confident in that area all evening. I think they got something here, Canterbury, this young fella.
You try and pick sort of signs of opposition, what they're doing well and what they're not. And what the Tigers did really well in the first half was they were playing their back rows at Burton and Flanagan. Now in the second half, I have not seen that at all. I know that missed opportunities, but the ability of just playing out the back every time is not the go.
Bulldogs have sent Max King back out there. He's come on for Patolo. They're on halfway, Canterbury. Burton, Jackson. Still overall, they've only had 39% of the ball for the match, Canterbury, so that's a good effort. Burton's kick trapped by Toa. I'm not quite sure of the intentions there from Burton when he can put up the scariest of high balls, but he kicked for a bit of placement. And Tigers back with it on their own 20. Peachy for Ken Mamalo. Now Hastings and Madden taking them down the left side. Not much has happened for the Tigers since half-time. The fans have been taken out of the game too. You know, they were in celebration mode going to half-time, the try on the break. But suddenly they're feeling the hot dog caught in the throat. Hastings here to the right side. And Peachy from Tupou has telegraphed the inside ball. And Burton drives in. Burton, the bulldozer. Scott Morrison's style on the head. Driving the young Tigers winger back. Now Madden, last tackle. He's kept it alive. Hastings with the ball. Peachy support. Lua ran away from him. The kick back in field. Ockenmore is back there as the night keeper. And Canterbury have the ball a couple of metres away from their own line.
Yeah, good heads-up play from Madden. He was going to kick into the corner, realised the pressure came, stepped back inside, went back to Jackson Hastings, and Tyrone Peachy kicked inside. If it wasn't for Ockenball, there was Tigers support players coming through.
Zach Docker-Clay, boys, on debut, 27 years old, onto the field for the Bulldogs.
Wow, what a story. What a moment for Zach Docker-Clay. Into the NRL at 27. Canterbury 25 metres away from their own line. And the Tigers back defending. There he is, Zach Docker-Clay. He's had a few clubs. Burton from inside the 40. It's cut off by the Tigers fullback. Told to bring it back. Willing and able. Oh, upending tackle, shot. Another penalty against the Bulldogs. Make the count 9-3. Review from the bunker, I think. Listen to the shout. Leichhardt Oval, they're calling for blood. Now they've come alive. They won't shop at the stocks.
Yeah, I've already stopped it.
Cool head, Jared Sutton in the review. The bunker having a look. You be the judge at home. Was it necessary? Well, gee, the man up top plays a role too. It's Max King involved. Okay, stand by.
Tackle's on report and he's in the bin.
He's going to the sin bin for the tackle. Well, you know, if he had said he's gone to the bin for repeated infringement, you'd probably say, fair enough. Are you fine with going to the bin for that tackle, Cooper?
Look, for consistency, there's been a lot of these tackles that have come into the game in recent times, so I'm sure the referee is following orders here. And I'm with you. Shop obviously takes his legs past horizontal. Max King plays a part over the top. But now for the Tigers, here they go, all right? The Dogs are missing one. Left centre is off. Let's see what Jackson Hastings, the footy nerd, does here, because he is across all the way when it comes to management of this game.
Here they are, the Tigers 30 metres away from the line, and they're attacking left side. Madden offloading there. Naden coming back in field. Hasn't really had too many chances. Barely a touch in the second half. He's 20 metres away from the line. So the Tigers attack. Offahengawe with it. Brown has dummy half duties at the moment. Here he is for Hastings. Right up to the line. Madden in support. Garner's there. Garner got through the Flanagan tackle. Wrapped up by Pengai Jr. And of dummy half, the Tigers, they're up the fans. It's not an Alex 12 try, but it's a great story, I'll tell you. Welcome back. Farmanu Brown has scored in his first game in the NRL in 3 years.
They didn't have a shot out to the right-hand side where Shop was defending, but what they did, they got Jackson Hastings pulling the strings. He lead up play line, and have a look at Brown. First game in a long, long time. Saw an opportunity, got low, used that leg drive, and did he get the ball down?
He burrows, he's looking for the line. He got it down. First played in the NRL in 2014 with the Sharks. 24 games for Cronulla, 12 for the Bulldogs. To be exact, his last NRL game was June 16, 2019. As I say, if you're watching Fox League, Matty Russell was calling, I think, on the day that Farmanu Brown, New South Wales Cup for the West Magpies, had a good game that day, because he started the year at Norths this year and has only recently linked up with the Magpies. There is a try scorer. Gee, man in sin bin, try scored. Tigers a chance to shut out the game here.
And it was the lead-up work for the first, was it 24 minutes this half. There was a short pass from Jock Madden to Luke Garner, which they were doing really well in the first half, that allowed Brown to dive over from close range.
Goal kicking has not been a friend of the Tigers tonight. Madden has got it for the Tigers. It's a vital one. It may as well have been Ross Conlon banging it over for the Balmain Tigers there. They all went up at Leichhardt. The margin is 8. 16 to go. Jake sideline.
Yeah, what a moment for Farmanu Brown. He's had a number of injury setbacks over the last couple of years, ACLs, and then a troublesome foot injury that he just couldn't get right. Saw a number of doctors, a number of surgeons. They told him his football career was over, and he didn't give up on his dream. And he said he's so grateful to be back. He didn't realise how good he had it as an athlete when he was playing, and this made him appreciate football. Good to have him back, and he might have to finish this game because Jacob Little has failed his HIA for the Tigers, so he won't be back. And what about this? The Tigers back on top, 24 points to 16 in the crowd. 15,124 at the 8th wonder of the world. What an atmosphere on a wet night.
You've had a ball, Jake. I can tell that. The 8th wonder, it is indeed. At Leichhardt Oval on a Friday night. Tigers with the ball on their 30. Bulldogs not out of the contest, let me tell you. They got themselves back in once. They've just got to hang on with 12 here. Hastings right for Leilua. Parramatta versus Manly to follow this one. Now Brown to Hastings. Wants a runner inside. He has worked really hard tonight, Joe Offahengawe. It's one of his better games for the Tigers. Last play here. Madden, the kicker. Can't fault Madden either. He's been strong with Brooks out. Kick out Ockenball's way. Canterbury back with the ball. 15 minutes to go. Tackle 120 from their own line.
The Tigers are back in their rhythm. Jackson Hastings pulling the strings. They're playing short passes to their back rowers, and they're back making metres out of their own end. So the Dogs really need to bite down the back of the mouth guard here and fight through the next few minutes and get back in this contest.
Now out of trouble, Canterbury with Docker Clay inside their 40. This up to play number 5. Shops in the bin for just under 6 more minutes. Last tackle and kicking long. And Tafato's lost it there. Tupou's lost it. And Canterbury, if the chase had been with a little more gusto, they might have almost come back with a ball there. They were standing back ready just to set a line. Tigers on their own 20. Try brings crowd back into game. Well, I think the sin binning actually brought the crowd back into the game. The home fans have been stunned since half-time. How quickly the lead had been evaporated. As Tuolungi goes on a carry for the Tigers. And, oh, another penalty. Boy, oh boy.
Not quick.
10-3 penalty count, Tigers. Haven't had a restart, Tigers. Only 2 in the game, but the penalty count, 10-3.
Jock Madden and Jackson Hastings just getting together and a little organising committee what this set will look like. What they'll do is they'll probably work the ball kick for touch, probably work the ball over the left-hand side and come back with a short pass to Tuolungi in and amongst the traffic where it should be.
All right, let's see if that's how it unfolds. Cooper Cronk, expert analysis here on Fox League on a Friday night. Hastings delivers short for Offahengawi. 30 away from the Canterbury line. Brown, Hastings there with Madden. Out it comes from Tupou, playing with confidence. He's had some anxious moments under high balls, but he stays in the game. Ball with Hastings. Offahengawi, centre field, held there on the 4th. Tigers are 15 away. Coming up left, another touch, Hastings. Madden again, runs into a dead end, headed across field, roped in by the Bulldogs defence. Last play, Tigers. Hastings is onto it. Kick for the corner. Tupou's getting there. Look who's there again. They're straight out of the kindergarten. The 2 wingers going head to head. And that time, Carras coming down with the ball.
Yeah, it's a good little matchup on this touchline here on the right-hand side, but Jackson Hastings just had to give his man Tupou an extra opportunity to fly high and catch this ball. The kick was too short, and Carras had the advantage.
24 plays, 16. Thompson back on for Canterbury. But they're at the wrong end of the field. Oh, is Tamo been hurt here? He's got a problem, maybe a dislocation he has on the right hand. He's in real strife here. I think it might be the thumb for James Tamo. He's in a lot of pain. Ball has come down for Toa. Tamo signals to the bench. He knows he's got a drama. I don't think it's finger. I think it's more thumb there. As the Tigers continue upfield, good charge. Marlaw on that run. Brown, they play up over the advantage line here. They're controlling the field position battle. If it was dislocation, he's had it pushed back in, James Tamo. 19 from the line now. Brown, right side. Madden has kicked over the top. If he gets the bounce, he does! Cooper Cronk was his hero. The Scone Thoroughbred has scored for the Tigers. And maybe his value to a potential suitor in the Dolphins is going up by the minutes.
And there as Luke Brooks looks on, that was so good from young Madden. He went down the short side. He noticed that Dufty came defending the line to fill it up. And young Madden chipped over the top, got a bounce, just like Alan Langer did long, many years ago. And this is a great play. He was going to play on the outside to Toa, spotted Dufty, chip and chase. And that's an exclamation point on a very good performance from this young man.
Yeah, 28-16, Jock Madden. You saw Luke Brooks in the box, sidelined with a hamstring injury. Up goes Michael Maguire. There's some fist pumping in the Tigers box there. It was very much Adam Reynolds from last Friday night, wasn't it, for the Broncos against Manly? Seeing opportunity and executing. Good double. And the Tigers, well, they were leaders by 2 not so long ago. And now with Shop in the sin bin, they're able to get that buffer again to the point where this is such a vital kick for a 14-point lead. Jock Madden. And the injury-depleted Tigers finding players to play a role. Got a few coming back the next few weeks. Hopefully Adam Dewey not too far away, one of their stars. Madden for the 14-point lead. He's done it. He converts his own try. It's a nice moment. It's a nice moment for a young player in first grade. And he is very much a rookie, Jock Madden. 30-16. Tigers over the Bulldogs. And coming up, they're warming up at Combank now. Parramatta against Manly. Couple of good fullbacks out there. Tom Trebojevic, Clint Gutherson, a Manly boy. Now very much Parramatta through and through. Just on Madden, it's only his 10th career game tonight, and that his first try as from the kickoff. We have knock-ons both ways. Canterbury had to try, but it will be a Tigers feed, and Shop about to come back on.
And that's turned this game on its head because the Dogs were coming. You want to know why they called this place the 8th wonder of the world? Because the crowd was taken out of it. The Dogs were coming. And then there was the penalty that Shop did with the tackle that went wrong. And next minute, the crowd went up. Off. And from that moment, the Tigers scored 2 tries. And they've got back in their winning ways and look like they're going to run away with it.
Can take all the time in the world as far as the Tigers are concerned for the scrum to pack down, although the clock has been stopped here.
Hold the weight till the ball's in there. Okay, time on. Stay in.
What a week for the Canterbury-Bankstown club. And Ken Mamalo with the ball. Tigers short of halfway, quickly along. Tamo, Hastings. Twala's back on, folks, for the last 8 minutes of the game. Keep your eyes on the number 15. The bandwagon is full, let me tell you. We can take no more.
Hit the red button for Twal.
That's it. Very good, Cooper.
Oh, thanks, mate.
And now Offa Hengawi with it. Twal field goal wasn't mentioned at any stage. Twal shot at goal. Not out of the mix. Tigers straight away. He's having a night. Brown. Lovely footwork to centre field, 20 away. Last tackle here for the Tigers, 7.5 to go. Across with Hastings, kick back towards the post. Look who's there! The fullback is there for a double! The Tigers get another one. Tavita Pengai Jr. gets up, but Stafford Toa, some will say he snatched it from in front of Twal to score. The team man will be happy that his side has got another one.
They always say ball players have time. Jackson Hastings had so much time. He changed his decision mid-kick. He was going to put it up for Tupou on the right flank. Realised that he had support on the inside. Matt Duffy had covered across. Stafford Toa came engaged with the Bulldogs defender, but do you know who was centimetres behind Stafford Toa?
Oh, I didn't know.
It was Alex Twal. Hit the red button. He was there. But Jackson Hastings has been the best player on the field tonight. He changed his kick mid-decision and outfoxed Matt Duffy and set up the try for Stafford Toa.
Ooh, well, now it's got right away from the Bulldogs, although there's a little bit happening here.
They're going to have a look at the contact for Stafford Toa.
Bulldogs is basically their body language. There's no trying. The Tigers are all in heap. I think they're conceding, to be honest.
The decision's under review. We're
Now we've
reviewing
got
the
the
contact
review
on Josh Jackson in the lead-up.
Both sets of players are separated by 5 or 10 metres here.
You're looking at the contact of Josh Jackson, whether he's been pushed out of the way or
So Josh Jackson coming in from 2 on the left of the kick of Hastings.
Stafford Toa is onside.
Are there hands in the back?
Josh Jackson has turned and is running back towards the ball. Stafford Toa then pushes him over, which he's not entitled to do.
All right, so no
Have
try.
a decision.
Wouldn't that have been something if Twile did get the ball off the kick and then have it denied? Might burn the bunker down. 34-16 it will not be. So back to 30 points to 16. 6 minutes to go. Dare I say Canterbury have to score in this set. They haven't scored more than 16 points in a game this year, the Bulldogs. Their attacking record is not flash. And if they don't get to at least 18 points tonight, it'll be the fewest points scored by a team in the NRL era through 11 games. So that goes back to 1998. Magpies held the record in 1999, which is a wretched season. Here's Thompson for Canterbury into the Tigers half. He's gone off the ball for mine. Thompson, Dufty now with it. 30 away from the line. Quick play, the ball needed. And Flanagan's going to kick. He was hoping to get it through for Burton. Lovely desperation to get to the ball, and it is the last tackle. Docker Clay did very well. Can they score here? Burton for Shop tries a step and has bounced over. I reckon momentum has got him there. Well, there's enough time. There's enough time. They've got one. It's 10 the difference.
Wow, from Aaron Shop. Have a look at the footwork he does here to set up this try to score. There's not much doing. Cole Flanagan's saying pour into a hole. It just gets tipped on, in, out, right foot on Tupou and dives over from close range. Now, he's had some nice touches. He had the pass to try to start this half. He's obviously had the sin bin, but he's been involved in everything. Aaron Shop. That's a good try.
Well, Burton, you know, maybe he doesn't want to rush the kick here. I mean, the clock is off after straight away when we get to the last 5. Well, not quite to the last 5, but, you know, 4s have got to be turned into 6s here. "30 plays 20. Bulldogs have their most points in a game this season. So here it is, 5 to go. Burton has got it. Burton gives Canterbury a little stiff. Next game, it is Parramatta versus Manly. We will be going straight to it. Wall-to-wall rugby league on a Friday night here on Fox League. 30 plays 22 inside the final 5.
I think this is the time that you give free license to Tavita Pengai Jr. Get him the ball at some stage and say, Tavita, you have the right to offload at any stage, and have Matt Dufty floating in and around and see if they come up with something off this set.
Kickoff restart from the Tigers. Got the range right. So they will lock horns again. Thompson into them on play number 1. The team that loses their coach last weekend. Mick Potter only comes on board on Wednesday. This is Friday night. They've won only 2 games this year, like their opponents. And these 2 teams have given us quite the contest. We're going down to the wire, folks. We've got another HIA now. Oh, it's not Alex Twile, is it?
It is.
We rushed out to see him. All the questions are being asked, who they're playing, who's leading, have you ever scored a try? If he says yes, he's off. 4 minutes 25 on the clock. This was the run, Thompson. There you got a pinball. There you go. It's interesting, isn't it? They go and do the test. The independent doctors had time. He clears that one, keeps him out there. So there you go, Canterbury with the ball inside the 40. Docker Clay, Canterbury switch of play. Burton looking to go up the centre. Ironed out there in the tackle of Brown. Canterbury kick long. They've found no man's land again, but oh, the bounce was friendly. So with it for the Tigers. Now do they realise they're in front by 8? Yes, they have to keep playing footy, but it doesn't have to be of the daring kind. Another set will take them down to the last 3 minutes. Crowd now trying to get another penalty. Bulldogs are saying, well, geez, you've had enough, you've had 10. Here's Hastings. That's the direct play they needed. Good run. Back to Hastings, off to Alungi. And then Madden on the fringe there. Avarillo made the tackle on Mamalo. And this is where I think 12 will go off.
Alex.
Yes. Well, that's a sad end. He won't get a chance to finish the game in game 100. The independent doctor has now had a little more review, and that doesn't come as a surprise after the replay you saw here on Fox League that Twala's off the field in the milestone game.
We got a standing ovation, Alex, 12 too.
Very few HIAs have had standing ovations, but there you go. An appreciative Tigers fan base here. They love his honesty. He puts it in every performance. He may be a winner in the milestone game. 3.5 to go. Ujoi Kamanu sent back out there. So up the tunnel he goes. Ooh, pull out in front of Hastings there. Get to the last kick to the corner. It's copybook stuff. The kick will need to come from Madden. He's got a bit of pressure on him. He has to reset. Now he's going to run it. The Tigers down the left side. Canterbury's defence scrambling. Oh, Madden didn't get the return pass. Canterbury get the ball, but we have a penalty to the Tigers. Support player held out. Well, I don't think you go for goal from the corner. But another set will take us into the final 2.
Another great touch from Jock Madden. You know, Tavita Pangai Jr. raced out to put pressure on him. He got called offside. And Jock saw an opening down that left flank, took it with speed to the outside. And if it wasn't for the penalty being tackled without the ball, Jock could have scored try number 2.
So the Tigers on the attack. They lead by 8. A 3rd win of the season is right on their fingertips. Off a Hengawi there. And Chualangi to play it. Here they are in front of the Bulldogs post. Hastings still calling the shots. He's quite the maestro. Brown, he'll have a second crack. He's gone over again. His last game was for the Bulldogs. He returns a Tiger, and he has scored 2. I think we've taken our eye off the ball. The former Bulldog we focused on was Naden, and the former Bulldog who has come up with 2 big moments is this fella Brown.
As soon as it was scored, Dufty and Jackson went straight to the referee. Dufty's claiming they got underneath it, but for Brown to dive over from close range twice in this second half, so Max King comes up way too far and crashes over. He's taken his opportunity, Brown. He's back in the NRL, and he scored a double.
What about that? 34 to 22 with 56. It'll be 58 points, I dare say, in a moment if they lock this in. 12, can they call a player back from the HIA to take a shot at goal? I guess that would be against the rules, would it not? In fact, they have disallowed the try, so it's no try.
Right.
And 34-22.
Okay, it's still under review.
It's still under review. There you go.
I'm
Well, there we go.
confused.
They'd all got back into formation because I think the Bulldogs sold it as no try. But the bunker has said, well, hang on a second.
We'll just in case
The try is now confirmed. This is quite bizarre.
We had the possum and now this. What's happened?
The try's confirmed. It's a try.
It's a try. No explanation
The try has
required.
been confirmed.
That is bizarre. Now Hastings will limp off.
So it's a try.
That doesn't look good. That's one to follow up tonight. Big post-match show here on Fox League. We are going wall to wall. We're going straight to combat in just a moment when it's full-time. Hastings, well, he does deserve a standing ovation. They absolutely love this bloke. What a game he's had again. That's a try. It's a I don't know what happened there. I think it was the trainer who ran out and said it's no try.
Well, I saw Dufty and Jackson sort of converse and go to the referee straight away. But Brown just dove over from close range. As we saw in the replay, Max King came up, and that man on your screen, we saw our Fox cameras have access to him getting his calf and his lower leg checked at half time. He looks like he's in some discomfort there, but he has been great tonight. The pressure on him with no Brooks, he managed the game, dictated terms, and came up with some big clutch plays, particularly in that first half.
Madden has really shone tonight as well. The man taking his shot at goal. He gets his first NRL try. He gets his first NRL goal. Hadn't started in the top 13 since round number 5 this year when Hastings was under suspension. 36-22. CommBank Stadium kickoff is close. We'll be going straight to Warren Smith to call the action there, as we will play out the final minute here. Burton, they're getting ready at CommBank. The Tigers fans are getting ready to celebrate here at Leichhardt. Burton will go the short kickoff. He's broken the plane. He's got the distance. Ockenball's got the ball and lost it. Play on, no. Knock on against Canterbury. And at 36-22, I don't think they're packing the scrum quickly. Nor are the Tigers. They're happy to see time off the clock here for this scrum to pack down. It's a sad week for Canterbury. It's a really sad week for a great club. Turmoil is their middle name at the moment, and there's so much work to be done. It is full time. There it is. Tigers have got their 3rd win of the season. Full time. Tigers 36, Bulldogs 22.